Good morning, students. So, children, we have started our lesson number 3, Life Processes in Living Organism, Part 2 of our Science 2. Previous lectures, we have studied about the male reproductive systems. It includes the external organs, that is penis, scrotum, and internal organs are testes, epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct, seminal vesicles, and prostate glands. And we have also learnt about female reproductive system. It has ovaries, which is known as female gonads, which produces female gametes ova, secretes the female sex hormones estrogen and progesterone. Accessory ducts includes uterine tube, uterus and vagina. Now children, in today's video, we shall be learning about reproduction and modern technology. Okay? So let's begin, children. Many couples cannot have children due to various reasons. In case of women, irregularity in menstrual cycle, difficulties in oocytes production, obstacles in the oviduct, difficulties in implantation in uterus, and many other reasons are responsible for this. Absence of sperms in the semen, slow movement of sperm, anomalies in the sperms are the reason in case of males. But now, with the help of advanced medical techniques like IVF Surrogacy Sperm Banks, the childless couple can have a child. So let's begin with in vitro fertilization, that is IVF. In vitro fertilization is a form of assisted pregnancy for those who may not be able to conceive naturally. In the monthly ovulation cycle, one of the ovaries releases its egg. After ovulation, the egg enters the fallopian tube. Woman is likely to get pregnant if she has sex just before, during, or right after the ovulation. During this time, a sperm cell from man's semen is able to fertile the egg while it is inside the fallopian tube. As it travels through the fallopian tube, the fertilized egg or the embryo loses its outer shell that nourished it while in the ovary. It then enters the uterus and loses the protective outer layer in this process of hatching. Now, this embryo gets implanted into the lining of the uterus. This makes a permanent connection between the woman and the embryo. This forms an organ called placenta, which allows to pass the oxygen and nutrients from the woman and the embryo, and pregnancy continues. Infertility, single parenthood, etc. are the conditions where in vitro fertilization, that is IVF, is implemented. Before IVF, the women must go under medication processes so that more than one egg grows and matures. a semen sample is required from a man so that healthy sperms can be collected in order to enhance the chances of pregnancy. In case the male is sterile or a woman does not have a partner, a donor semen is used. Now, IVF involves three main processes. Follicle aspiration. Here, eggs are harvested from the ovaries using a suction device connected to a needle. The needle penetrates the vagina and the ovaries are collected, which has several eggs at a time. Then fertilization. Here the eggs are placed in the petri dish and artificially inseminated using the enriched and processed sperms from the semen sample collected. Eggs are either mixed with sperms or a single sperm is injected into the egg. As you can see here. The second process is called the interspasmic sperm injection. Embryos are then monitored for 3 to 5 days in the lab. They are being observed and monitored in the lab for 3 to 5 days. This assisted hatching helps the embryo to get implanted into the uterus. Embryo transfer. Here, the fertilized eggs are transferred to the uterus. Therapy is done to help the embryos to get implanted. Some embryos are transferred right away and some are frozen for future use. A tool called speculum is used and is inserted into the vagina so that the cervix is clearly visible. Fluid containing embryos is then taken into the syringe. Syringe is then inserted into the uterus via cervix. Embryos are then injected inside. And then the woman is needed to take a rest on back for next few minutes. Are you getting me? Now let's learn what is surrogacy. Surrogacy means a practice whereby one woman bears and gives birth to a child for a couple with the intention of handing over the child to the intending couple after the birth. So, this is known as surrogacy. Now we will study the surrogacy and the meaning of it in detail. Some women have problems in implantation of embryo in uterus. Such women can take help of the modern remedial technique called as surrogacy. The word surrogate has its origin in Latin term surrogatus, which means a substitute, that is, a person appointed to act in the place of another. It means the process of carrying and delivering a child for another person. Surrogacy is a method of reproduction whereby a woman, that is surrogate, agrees to carry a pregnancy and give birth as a substitute for the contracted parties. So this is the meaning of surrogacy. Now, in this technique, oocytes is collected from the ovary of the woman having problem in implantation in uterus. That oocyte is fertilized in a test tube with the help of sperms collected from her husband. The embryo formed from such fertilization is implanted in the uterus of some other woman having normal uterus. Are you getting me? So, such a woman in whose uterus the embryo is implanted is called as surrogate mother. Children, are you understanding what is surrogacy and how it is done? Okay. Let's learn about the sperm bank or the semen bank. What does it mean? Now there are various problems in sperm production in case of many men. So as to have children in case of such couple, new concept of sperm bank has been introduced. This concept is similar to the blood bank. Semen ejaculated by the desired man is collected after thorough physical and medical checkup and stored in the sperm bank. As per the wish of needful couple, oocytes of women of a concerned couple is fertilized by IVF technique using the semen from the sperm bank. The resultant embryo is implanted in the uterus of the same woman, and the name of the semen donor is strictly kept secret. Now children, let's learn an interesting topic, twins. So have you ever seen any twins in your school or in your relative? You must have seen, isn't it? Now what is the twin? A twin is one or two offspring produced in the same pregnancy. The two embryos develop simultaneously in the same uterus, and thus two offsprings are delivered simultaneously. Such offsprings are called as twins. Now many couples have twins, isn't it? Twins can either be monozygotic, that is identical, meaning that they develop from one zygote that splits and forms two embryos, or dizygotic, fraternal, because they develop from two separate eggs that are fertilized by two separate sperms. So there are mainly two types of twins, monozygotic twins and dizygotic twins. Let's see what are monozygotic twins. Monozygotic twins are formed from single embryo. During early period of embryonic development, that is within 8 days of zygote formation, cells of that embryo divide into two groups. Those two groups develop as two separate embryos, and thus monozygotic twins are formed. Such twins are genetically exactly similar to each other. Due to this, such twins are exactly similar in their appearance, and their gender is also same. That is, both will either be boys or both will either be girls. So monozygotic twins are identical twins, and they are identical genetically also. Now understood the concept of monozygotic twins? So have you ever seen any identical twins, children? In your school, maybe in your relatives also. So this is how they are formed. Let's see the next one. In case of monozygotic twins, if the embryonic cells are divided into two groups 8 days after zygote formation, there is high possibility of formation of conjoined twins, that is Siamese twins. That is, conjoined twins are joined at some region of their bodies. There are many different types of conjoined twins and are classified by the area where the attachment is located. Such twins are born with some parts of body joined to each other. Some organs are common in such twins. Can you observe these in the pictures? So these are the twins which are known as conjoined twins. So some parts of the body is joined to each other in conjoined twins. Now let's see the zygotic twins. Now occasionally two oocytes are released from the ovary of woman, and both the oocytes are fertilized by two separate sperm, and thus two zygotes are formed. Two embryos are formed from those two zygotes, and both of those embryos are separately implanted in the uterus, and thus zygotic twins are delivered after the complete development. So zygotic twins are as similar genetically as any other brother or sister, and such twins are genetically different and may be same or different by their gender. So this is the meaning of zygotic twins. There are some twins which are not identical to each other. So these are known as the zygotic twins. Okay, now let's see another topic, reproductive health. A person's state of being physically, mental and social strongness is called as health. In our country, there seems to be lack of awareness regarding reproductive health due to various reasons like social custom, tradition, illiteracy, shyness, etc. Especially, there seem to be indifference towards the reproductive health of a woman. Occurrence of menstrual cycle is related with reproductive and overall health of a woman. Nowadays, women are working at par with men. Due to this, they have to stay outdoor for the whole day. Bleeding occurs during menstrual cycle. Due to this, private organs, that is genitals, need to be maintained clean time to time. Otherwise, problems regarding reproductive health may arise. Some problems regarding reproductive health may arise in men too. It is essential to maintain the cleanliness of their genitals. That means men and women both should keep their genitals hygiene and clean to avoid the reproductive health issues. So, understood the concept of reproductive health, children? Is it clear to you now? Yes. So, now we have finished our today's topic. Let us quickly look at the summary of what we have learned today. Surrogacy. It means a practice whereby one woman bears and gives birth to a child for a couple with the intention of handing over the child to the intending couple after the birth is known as surrogacy. Monozygotic twins. Monozygotic twins are identical genetically and they are formed from a single embryo. Dizygotic twins or fraternal twins are as similar genetically as any other brother or sister and they are formed from two zygotes. Conjoined twins. Conjoined twins are joined at some region of their bodies. There are many types of conjoined twins and are classified by the area where the attachment is located. So, with this, we have come to an end with today's topic. I hope you have understood today's topic and it was interested also. Isn't it, children? Yes. So, children, we shall see you in the next video with a new topic. Till then, thank you, children. Take care. Bye-bye. We miss seeing you, children. I hope you too also.